Hey everyone, Toyota Pickup Guy here, JMO. We're talking about engine codes and diagnosis today. Just because, the overall theme with this truck, for the last while, it's just been getting it to pass emissions. So one of the things in Arizona is if you have a check engine light, they won't even let you go through. They want you to make sure everything's right with the car, with engine before. And that's, with this truck, that's actually kind of a deal because, anything pre like 95, 2000s, everything becomes really computerized and they'll have a lot more engine codes for weird stuff because they have a lot more sensors. Well, this truck doesn't have way too many sensors. You've got like engine coolant sensors that would go in the back here by the coolant bypass, the temperature sensor, NOx sensor, O2 sensor back by the cat, and depending if yours was made in California, two O2 sensors, one before and one after the cat. So out of the maybe 10 or so sensors that really matter in this truck, those are going to be the ones that are actually going to throw a code to your dash. So when trying to run that, you have this right here. Normally with all the stuff, you would have a battery, this plate, and there'd be a little cover here. My cover is in storage right now because I'm doing so much work. I don't want to lose it while I'm working. Mine snapped off a long time ago, but I still have it to be a cover. Normally on the underside of it, you'd see a little image and it would have what all these little pins mean, what they go to. What you're looking for to do a check engine light is the TE1 and the E1. And I believe it's like right here and right here. They're like diagonal each other pretty close. You're gonna want to get your trusty handy check engine tester, your OBD1 paper clip. Literally just go and get a paper clip, unfold it, turn it into a U shape, connect the 2 points. So, this is always better to have two people, in my opinion, just because then you're not, trying to hit it and then go and run and count the codes. One person sitting inside, one person on the outside. Person on the inside of the cab has a pen and paper and has their eyes, and they're just counting the lights. Person on the inside is going to turn off all AC, the radio, make sure everything's powered off, no accessories are on. At that point, they're going to turn the truck to just the on position, so the electrodes are running. Once the check engine light comes on, everything's ready to go. Your second guy is going to come over here and tap that connection. Guy on the inside is going to start reading those lights. So what's going to happen is the check engine light's going to start blinking. At first, it's going to blink, maybe 5 to 10 to, I don't know the cap on. I think it's like 14 times. And then it's going to stop for about 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. It gives you a little gap. This is the gap between the code. So you count the amount it blinks, you write that number down. It stops blinking for 1.2 seconds, 2 seconds, starts blinking again. You count those in succession. Once you get those, you write down that number. You put a dash between them. The dash is, of course, that little time that you weren't counting. So with that number in mind, then you can pull up your handy-dandy website or whatever notebook you have or FSM about your engine codes. I'll link some of those in the comments. That way when you actually get out to the truck and do this, you can just come back to the video hopefully, and I'll have maybe I'll try to add an image of the underside of this cap. That way the diagram, and I'll try to link the FSM for any of the engine codes, and I'll also probably find a website that links those codes as well. But 9 out of 10, it's probably going to be a sensor. When I got my truck given to me, it had the check engine light on, and it was on for years. For as long as everyone can remember, the check engine light was on. And that's just because I don't think anyone cared about actually fixing this truck. It was just about keeping it running and, making it pass emissions if it could. So I changed, to get mine to turn the light off, I changed my O2 sensor first. It didn't fix it. And then I changed my coolant temperature sensor. And that was the little one down back here. And there's a video, you can go and look at that, the coolant temperature sensor switch. That, you can tell in that video, the sensor was like ruined. It was rotted as hell. All the coolant and oil that was leaking off the back of this area was falling onto it, and because it was reading electrical, it was just rotting away. So replacing that turned my check engine light off. It might not do the same for you. You might need to change your NOx sensor. You might need to change some other sensor. But just so just as a quick run through two of the sensors, you got a NOx sensor here. In the back bypass, you'll have all your coolant temperature sensor, sending switch, blah, blah, blah. There's about 2 or 3 different switches back there, two different sensors. And then, I think I'm on the wrong side here. I am. Oh no, I'm not. Okay, you got your O2 sensor right there. And there's a few different videos of the sensors I've changed. So you can go and check those out. I don't have a video of the NOx sensor change yet. I do have the NOx sensor and the wire. I'm gonna change those at some point when I get down deeper into this engine rebuild. Hey, that might be why your check engine light's on. Check it out. This works for, to my understanding, 88 to 95 Toyota pickups. Depending on your build, depending on your four-wheel drive and all that noise, depending on where you live. Again, like I said, California is going to have the two O2 sensors, one in front and back. Just, really know your truck. Look for all those sensors. Find out which one looks bad. Find out which wire looks frayed. Swap it out. Thanks. Have a good one.